All right, Saints fans, it was a loss today. I mean, it was another, last second loss, so it's a little more interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Another one possession game we lost. Still had a few penalties that hurt us. A few drop passes early on by guys like Jawan Johnson. Um, and defensively, we had a couple guys who kind of let us down, and Pete Warner and Isaac Gidham. Overall, we kept the game close, but obviously not what you want to see. Another L. Um, what do you think of the game, man?
Yeah, I think we were in it, just like last week. I feel like that shows that we're not the worst team in the league, but I mean, not on the win column at
Yeah,
least. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not completely like hater of the Saints at the moment. I mean, it's
yeah,
disappointing, but I think it's there's some positives to it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Rattler throwing 3 touchdowns. I think Rattler. He took a couple sacks, slipped on the last play on the 4th and 2, but overall, I think he was doing pretty good for the
yeah,
most
no,
part.
it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's a loss, it sucks, but on the flip side, you know,
Showing a little bit of growth at quarterback position.
yeah, but I mean, truthfully, even if this team got to the playoffs, we're not built enough to do anything. One of my biggest fears for this offseason is us getting maybe it's the fifth pick and then trying to trade up and get one of the top picks and wasting stuff. I would like for us to have the first overall pick. Go out there and get our next guy. Rattler didn't play terrible, but
Played pretty good.
he's not our future at quarterback. I just don't think so. I've He's too inconsistent sometimes with his accuracy. I don't think Shuck necessarily needs to start, right? I think Rattler's done enough to continue to be the starter. But this team needs another cornerback. This team needs maybe some more depth at O-line, even though the O-line wasn't terrible. I think Fuaga's battling a knee injury.
Yeah.
And, I think this team needs maybe just a couple things. I think the D-line still isn't where I would love it to
Yeah.
be.
Hopefully Chase Young comes back, Trevor Penning comes back, and we play a little bit. I would say a little bit more competitive football, but man, we were in it until the last second, right?
Yeah, no, it's still an entertaining thing. I would rather us lose like that in an entertaining fashion than,
Yeah. To look
get
bad,
blown out, right?
Yeah, Rattler threw 3 touchdowns,
I
man.
think there was, I think also the fans were a deciding factor. There was probably more 49ers fans than there were Saints fans in the Dome. And that was disappointing.
Yeah, no, that's extremely disappointing. And even if it wasn't, we had more people than them. Even if we had more Saints fans, 49ers fans, shout out to them. They were loud, they were energetic. I think the Saints fans have a little bit of fatigue. The Saints fans are a little fatigued with.
We've seen the same old stuff, feels like all the time. The last few years, it's just.
But it's never an easy game. It's always some type of heart racing event at the end of the game. 2 minute drive. So yeah, I guess it's better than just being blown out. So I'm happy about it.
Hey there, Saints fans! Welcome back to Talkin Saints, and as you just saw.
Welcome back.
As you just saw, you've already seen our recap, so we don't got to go over that. We actually filmed it right after the game, so it was fresh on our minds. But I guess I'm sure those guys already did a good job talking about it. But Rattler didn't look bad.
It's just Isaac Gidham and Pete Warner. I gotta step it up.
Yeah, I think the worst player on our team right now, our worst starter, is Cesar Ruiz. I think he's worse.
Caesar and Isaac.
I think Isaac Idam and Cesar Ruiz are both our weakest links. There's a chance Trevor Penning comes back this week, which would help out. Now, normally I would imagine he starts right where Radens has been, but if Radens can be healthy, I wonder how long it takes for Ruiz to get benched.
Looks like Tali Fuaga is, looking doubtful, really.
Trending out.
What do they do at that tackle spot? So if Penning is good to go, Radens is also on the injury list. Do they start Asim Richards at right tackle? Do they start Trevor Penning at right tackle?
Penning.
Does Dylan Radens play tackle if he's healthy?
Penning is going to start at guard. If he
He's gonna
starts, he will
start
be
at
at guard.
guard.
He
Okay.
will.
I would like
Let's
to have
see.
Trevor Penning back healthy, and potentially move Radens to right guard.
Let's just see.
That
So
would be cool.
it hasn't been released yet, but yesterday, Tolly didn't play, Radens didn't play, and Chase Young didn't play. Chase Young's not going to play
Chase
this
Young's,
week.
Yeah.
But
Which
Penning,
sucks. He made a lot of money this offseason and hasn't played. So
Penning and Trey Palmer were on. I'd like to see, I'd like to see a point where Trey Palmer gets healthy enough to maybe
he's
start.
been a healthy and active as well. Now he's got a hamstring flared up.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Saints did a lot this offseason to prepare for, injuries, and it just hasn't seemed to work out.
Yeah.
But that being said,
We haven't lost anyone. We lost Vernon Broughton actually. I was about to say we
Will
haven't
Clapp,
lost
Vernon Broughton.
anybody as after the season started, but we lost
Sure.
Vernon Broughton.
Um,
Bummer.
Going into this next matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, we'll be actually playing in Seattle wearing our brand new white helmets.
Oh,
Super
they look
excited
good,
about that.
dude.
We're gonna lose in fashion. We've had first week. I liked our gold uniforms.
Well, we've been good against Seattle the last few times we played them though.
Yeah,
It's a different regime. I know it's
it's
different coaches, and
we just need to have a dominant run game against them because if you remember the
AK always plays good against the Seahawks.
last 3 games we had, 2 of those games AK did really good, but there was the latest time we played the Seahawks. Do you know who did really, really good?
Didn't Taysom Hill have a 4-touchdown game? Also,
Taysom
there
was
was
crazy.
I think it was Geno Smith's first year, maybe even in like his first start as a Seahawk. We played them, and that was like the game for me. I mean, DeMario had been around for us for this may have been his second or third year, but that was the game where I was like, okay, DeMario Davis might actually be the best linebacker in the NFL.
That was against.
I think we won.
That was
13,
Teddy Bridgewater. That was right after
13 to 10,
Drew.
yeah.
That was right after Drew got injured.
like
There's
that.
this famous shot. I think we wore our color rush jerseys.
Yeah.
There's a play where AK's running the ball and his jersey's being like torn in 2.
Yeah. Dude,
So
DeMario was so good that game.
Yep. So I mean, the run game has got to be there, and it hasn't been. Our run game hasn't been as good as we thought it would be.
We've been averaging a decent yards per carry. I think that we've just been getting behind and more of abandoning the run than anything else.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't know.
A hotter start.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is like we've been getting down 2 scores off the bat, and it really isn't even on the offense or on Spencer Rattler per se. Both weeks, week 1 and week 2, we drove down the field and missed a field goal. Last week, Chris Olave and Spencer Rattler just missed on a touchdown. I mean, you score points on either one of those drives, it totally changes the pace of both games.
Sure. Yeah, it's we could be 2-0.
I want to score first. That's the big thing.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I'm not ever going to root against the Saints, right? But it's tough once you start losing games like this to hear me out, to want them to continue to win, because I think the worst thing this team could do to itself is have another 7 and 9 season, 7 and 10 season, 8 and whatever 9 season.
If you go 7 and 10, Spencer Rattler has to be your franchise quarterback, and he's been playing really good, lights out. I haven't seen enough to not draft a quarterback next year.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
if it's the same, it's exactly that. If you're gonna make him the franchise guy, sure, but our franchise guy can't be going 7 and 10.
That's the thing is, well, it's a bad team.
It is a bad team.
We haven't lost the game because of Spencer Rattler, but if we go 7 and 10 with Spencer Rattler, there's a lot to build off of there. I'd call that a successful year. Now, if we go 7 and 10 and Rattler gets benched and Shuck is, goes 2 and 4 or 3 and 3, I would call that a fail. If at any point, if you go 7 and 10 and at any point you change quarterbacks, I would call that a failure.
Yeah, no, I'm it's one of those things, right? Because you don't want to root against these guys, but if when we get to the draft and there's a generational quarterback on the board, I'm not passing up on him again.
Yeah.
We passed up, on a couple guys at this point
Jalen
in
Hurts,
history
Jordan
was.
Love, Lamar Jackson, all those
And
guys.
those guys would all be easily, the best quarterback in our no, I'm not in our division because
Baker's been really good.
Baker's been really good.
Passed up on Baker 4 or 5 times. He's been a free agent. I mean,
yeah, I
like
mean,
that. You put Baker Mayfield on our team, we're winning. We would probably go about 8-9, and then that second round pick we had this year would have gone to Will Johnson, and that would have made us 9-8.
Man, I wish
we would have taken Will Johnson.
I wish we would have taken.
No offense to Tyler Shuck, not rooting against you, not saying you're not going to pan out, but you're not helping us win any games.
Yeah, no, I mean
because Isaac Yiadom has been so bad these last 2 games. I believe if we had Marshawn Lattimore still, we might actually, or Paulson Adebo, we might be 2-0 right now.
Still, that being said, I would really like to see more out of our corners.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid's been fine.
Kool-Aid's had a good year. He really has. Alante's played good, but he's missed a couple tackles. That's kind of what the knock is on him. And then Ike Edam's been a total liability. Almost every play has gone his way or short underneath in front of Warner.
Classic Saints move by every time we got the 49ers into a spot where like, okay, we could probably hold them to a field goal here. Okay, we could probably hold them to whatever.
Okay.
3rd and 11
third
and
and 14.
3rd and 14, they were getting first down.
Yeah.
We got to be better in 3rd down, right?
Yeah.
We've been good the first 2 downs. We've been.
Yeah.
And then it's just like you let a tight end go up the seam for a first down. It's something.
Yeah.
Whether it's the linebackers got to be a little better or whatever.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, I want to see some more rookies: Quincy Riley, Danny Stutzman, because my point of emphasis here is our weakness was Pete Warner and Ike Edam on defense, and I believe it's just a bad game for Pete Warner. I don't think he's a bad player.
Who is the starting tight end for the Seahawks?
It's the rookie Elijah Arroyo. I think.
Arroyo?
He had 31 yards and a touchdown. I want to say last.
Okay,
week.
I mean, I was just curious. But yeah,
he's young.
There's another player on the Seahawks which has given us trouble in the past. That's Cooper Kupp, who just came off of a really good game.
He did.
So if our best cornerback, Kool-Aid McKinstry, is trying to lock down, Jackson Smith-Jigba.
What would you call what would you call a successful game for Kool-Aid?
I think he's had successful games.
I don't think he's ever been terrible. I say holding a star receiver under 80 yards is a success for Kool-Aid. He wasn't a first round pick. He isn't, an elite corner. Like he's just a solid corner. I think holding a solid wide receiver under 80 yards. JSN has had back-to-back 100-yard games, so this is a good test. Although we'll see how they line these guys up. They may be up against Monte in the slot or.
I know. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
It's Cooper Kupp against Isaac Yiadom.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot of people versus Isaac Yiadom. They'll switch it up.
I don't know who's their backup behind, or who's their third wide receiver.
I don't know.
Huh. So we didn't have to play Sam Darnold last year, correct? We didn't play Sam. So we haven't fought the new Sam Darnold. We haven't had a game against the new Sam Darnold.
We lost to the one back again when he was a Panther. We lost to the worst version of Sam Darnold.
I think their offense is manageable. We did an all right job against Christian McCaffrey. Not really, but
4 yards carry.
Still, it's the pass catching ability that got us right. I think we'll have a better job again, or a better job. I think we will do a better job against Kenneth Walker
and Zach Charbonnet.
and Charbonnet.
They're solid. They're solid running backs.
Yeah, I had Kenneth Walker in my fantasy the last couple years. Not this year. I
would say he's better than James Conner.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know much about their O-line, honestly.
They have...
but I think they have a couple good players.
Charles Cross is one of their tackles. He's really good. They've put a lot of draft capital into their O-line the last few years, I think.
Sure.
I want to say they took like a guard in the first or something like that this year. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I have to look at their O line, but their offense and our defense, I think, will fight pretty well. The issue I think we're going to run into is their defense. Their defensive line has been really good this year.
Secondaries, Tariq Woolen is amazing.
And he didn't play last week. Or Witherspoon didn't play last week. I'm sorry, but he's training to play this week. So they have two really good corners, young corners.
Julian Love, I think his name is. He's been good too.
So I mean, they have a really good secondary.
Yep.
And their D line is really good. I mean, there's a linebacker / like edge rusher on their team. Derek Hall. I went to high school at the same time as him. It's not like one of those things where I could call him up right now, get some Seattle Seahawks tickets. It was more of one of those I went to high school with him kind of things, right? But he's a underrated dude, I think, because he had like 7 sacks last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought you said 9.
I think he had 9 sacks. No, I was about to say because he was right under that 10 sack mark. So I mean, they have a really good rushing game. Edge rushers, defensive tackles, their D line is really good. So, can we get the run game going against their defense? Can we,
I think that depends on the health of the O line.
Which is not
Trevor
looking
Penny's
good.
good in the run game. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. The issue is you get Penning back, and now Buaga's out.
Yeah, they also on their D line they added DeMarcus Lawrence, who's a pretty solid veteran defensive end.
Yeah,
so him and Darren Hall may give us some run for our money there.
So let me ask you this: so we kind of have a vague idea of each team. Like I said, we're not professionals on the Seahawks. We know more about our team, obviously. So I don't know much about their O line to a point. But let me ask you: if the Saints want to win this game, what are the 3 keys to being successful? I can go first while you think about it, if you want to think, or do you? If you already have something ready to go,
I think that we got to capitalize on these early drives. We have to score first. I think it's been the opposite of last year for Spencer Rattler. Last year he was good in the first half and couldn't do anything in the second half. It feels completely different this year. It's like he gets into the groove as he goes. So I want to score a touchdown on the first drive, and then you feel a little more confidence. You're not playing from behind. You can control the game a little bit better. You have more freedom to run the ball instead of just throwing the ball 40 times or 30 times. It gives you a recipe for success. You get out to a lead first. You sit on it. You have freedom in the playbook. I mean, that's kind of my recipe to win.
I think one of the biggest keys, number 1 overall, Blake Grupe has got to make field goals.
Yeah.
Blake Grupe has gone now 2 consecutive weeks missing a field goals, which he's made, without even thinking about. So he's got to make field goals. We can't be, leaving points on the board when, we get to that last game, right? If we would have had that extra field goal and, been only down by 4 points, the drive before the drive, we had 2 drives that both stalled out before the end of the game. The drive before our last drive, I'm pretty sure. It might have been the one before that, but we ended up kicking a field goal to be down a touchdown. But if we already were down a touchdown, there's a chance we actually go for it and get it, or even then have them. If we don't get it, we still have them push back. It changes the outcome of the game. Yeah. It changes your strategy of the game when those points are on the board. When we play the Cardinals, there's a chance that we win that game with having an extra 2 field goals on the board. Did he miss 2 or he only missed 1?
He's missed 1 field goal in each game.
I got you. But it's oh, you know what the other one was? It was we ended up not even attempting trying to do anything in that second half, or that right at the end of the second quarter in that first game. So I think number 1, Blake Grupe's got to make his kicks. Number 2, D-line's got to continue to feast. Granderson is now tied at this moment. He is tied with the NFL in sacks with 3.5.
That's awesome.
One of the guys he's tied with is Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
That's a great name to be up there with. And the other
is Harold Landry.
Harold Landry.
Originally from the Titans, and they let him walk.
So, here we are. Question of the game. We always have a question, and that is, do you think the Saints will win this week? Alexander, you're up.
I have us scoring progressively on our points. So last week, 2 weeks, it was 13. This last week was 21. So that's 8. And we're going to go 9 more. That's the theme. So we're going to score 30 points this week, and we're going to lose 32-30. It's going to be a nail biter because that's what Spencer Rattler does every week. He keeps us in to the last drive, the last possession. And
Is
gonna
that
be
trend
really,
going to continue?
really darn close? Yes. Every week we're going to get more and more excited to watch Saints football.
No. Are you saying the 9-point trend on each week is going to continue?
Well, no,
We're going to score like
went from
100 points?
It went from 8 to 9. Yeah, every week. So
That would be crazy.
So that means not this week that's happening, but the week after we'll drop a 40 burger.
And then the week
Against
after,
the Bills. We're gonna put 40 points on the Bills and lose by 20.
yeah, I think your thing is going to drop off next week. No. I mean, I guess like I said, I think our defense holds up a little better. But I also think our offense doesn't match up well against this defense, especially with a banged up O-line.
Yep.
I'm going, let's go 28, Seattle, New Orleans 20.
Okay. You're going further away in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Still 1-score game.
Still 1-score game. I think we'll keep it a 1-score game.
Yeah.
But I do have us losing. I mean, unfortunately, that's the case. We had us winning in our expert panel. If you're not following Talkin Saints on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it might be, go follow us. If you're not following our meme page, Drink the Kool-Aid, go follow us. If you're not following Alex's OnlyFans, go follow him.
Yeah. I got a lot of feet photos. On oh. Jeez.
But yeah, we have the Saints losing this week, and you know what? Check the socials out so you can see what our expert panel has to say. I think I called it our expert panel in the thing. But check out what our expert panel has to say. Let's see if Brandon answers this week in time.
Oh yeah, it's always
But it's unfortunate that our team has so many good players. We're almost
it's
lots of stuff is looking
exciting
good.
every week. It's fun, entertaining football.
I like the trend. I like the direction we're moving. Hopefully, if wherever we end up at the end of the season, I think we're a couple pieces away from at least being a winning team, not necessarily a Super Bowl team, but we having a little, a little more confident in getting wins.
Still have to play the Panthers twice this year.
Yeah, and we're gonna get one on those Falcons, those dirty birds, those stinky birds.
Stinky dinky.
So we want to know what you guys think. Do you think we're gonna win this week? Do you think it's in the bag with a W, or do you think we are going to take the L back home as we wait on our deathbeds, getting ready to fight Josh Allen in Buffalo?
Oh, dude, that game's gonna be a piece of cake.
Maybe like a what kind of like?
It's a carrot cake made
Like
of
a-
actual carrots. Who dat? Follow, comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah, you heard it here first at Talkin Saints.
As always, guys, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Talkin Saints!